Once upon a time, in a lush green forest filled with tall trees and winding rivers, there lived a clever young fox named Finn. Finn was known for his speed and wits, but he mostly liked being on his own. He would spend his days darting between the trees, playing tricks on the birds and exploring the forest by himself. Though Finn enjoyed his adventures, he often felt a little lonely. The other animals in the forest had friends they played with, but Finn preferred doing things alone. He thought, why do I need anyone else when I can have all the fun by myself? One bright morning, Finn woke up early, eager to explore a part of the forest he hadn't seen before. As he trotted along the path, he spotted a small clearing where he could hear happy sounds of laughter. Curious, Finn crept closer to see what was happening. In the clearing, Finn saw a group of animals gathered around, playing together. Ruby the rabbit, Benny the bear, and Sally the squirrel were playing a game of tag. They were laughing and running, chasing each other with big smiles on their faces. Finn watched for a moment. Looks like they're having fun, he thought to himself. But he quickly shook off the feeling. I don't need anyone else to have fun, he whispered and turned to leave. Just as he was about to walk away, he heard a small cry for help. Finn stopped in his tracks and perked up his ears. The voice sounded worried. "Help! I'm stuck!" came a tiny voice from nearby. Finn followed the sound and found Ruby the rabbit trapped under a fallen log. She had been hopping around when the log rolled over her foot and she couldn't move it on her own. "Finn! Oh, Finn! Can you please help me?" Ruby asked, her voice trembling with fear. Finn hesitated for a moment. He wasn't used to helping others. He was used to looking after himself. But then he looked at Ruby's frightened face and something inside him changed. "I can help," Finn said confidently. He padded over to the log and pushed with all his might. It was heavy, but with one strong shove, the log rolled off Ruby's foot. "Thank you, Finn! You saved me!" Ruby said, hopping around with joy. "You're welcome," Finn said with a small smile, feeling proud of what he had done. "Would you like to come play with us?" Ruby asked, her eyes sparkling. "You'd be really good at our game." Finn thought about it for a moment. He had always played alone, but after helping Ruby, he felt something new. He felt connected to someone else. "Okay, I'll give it a try," Finn said. Ruby led Finn back to the clearing where Benny the bear and Sally the squirrel were still playing. When they saw Finn, they waved excitedly. "Hey, Finn! Come join us!" Benny called out in his deep, friendly voice. "We're playing tag!" squeaked Sally. "And we need a fast fox like you!" Finn smiled and joined in. They ran around the clearing, chasing each other and laughing until their bellies hurt. Benny was slow but powerful, while Sally was quick and nimble. Ruby was light on her feet, and Finn was the fastest of them all. As the sun moved across the sky, the group played all kinds of games. They splashed in the stream, raced through the tall grass, and even worked together to gather berries from the bushes. For the first time, Finn wasn't alone. He was part of something bigger, something fun. The more he played with Ruby, Benny, and Sally, the more he realized that being with others made everything better. The games were more exciting, the laughs were louder, and the adventures were far more fun than anything he had done by himself. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the forest, the group of friends sat together by the river watching the fish swim by. "Thank you for helping me today, Finn," Ruby said softly. "I'm really glad you did." Finn nodded. "I'm glad I did too," he said. "I've never had this much fun before." Benny grinned. "That's because everything is more fun when you do it with friends." Sally hopped up on a rock and added, "And friends are always there to help each other out, just like you helped Ruby." Finn felt warm inside. He realized that by helping Ruby, he hadn't just done something kind. He had found friends who made him feel happier than he ever had on his own. From that day on, Finn was no longer the fox who played alone. He became an important part of the group. Every morning, Ruby, Benny, and Sally would call for him, and together they would set off on new adventures. They climbed trees, explored hidden caves, and made up new games that only they knew how to play. Finn never looked back to his days of solitude. He had discovered something far better than any solo adventure. He had discovered friendship. And not just any friendship, but the kind that lasts forever. Finn the fox learned that helping others didn't just make him feel good. It brought him the best reward of all. Friends who cared for him, laughed with him, and made every day in the forest an adventure worth sharing.